It is nighttime here at the Bonville campus dormitory, and we might just be in for some untamed, pristine wilderness. Here at Bonville, we find a range of different creatures living together in perfect harmony. Take for example the brown-spotted owl that sleeps during the day and stays awake at night, mimicking the exact behavior of students before an exam. And oh, there's the playful little raccoon who is busy looking for leftover food inside the trash can. Bonville is filled with many remarkable beasts like these, but there is one that stands out ahead of all the rest, one who prefers to live in the shadows. A truly remarkable creature who seems to defy all laws of nature. This is the story of the loner. The loner is often found in urban settings like college libraries or secluded parks or sitting alone in cozy corners of coffee shops. But really, your best chance at finding one will be in their own room where they spend most of their life alone. Loners can spend countless hours in silent contemplation, thinking about past events and reimagining them in their own head. A large portion of the loner's day will be spent conjuring up unrealistic events that never took place to begin with. For example, a male school-going loner might be dreaming about saving his imaginary girlfriend from an alien attack in the middle of the day, and nobody, not even his classmates, would be able to tell if he's actually there or not. The loner is also a very existential of creatures. It often ponders about the meaning of life. Due to this predisposition to existential questions, loners often go through a sort of self-help phase during their adolescence, where they read all kinds of postmodern literature like The Secret and The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. What they should do instead is draw inspiration from a rich legacy of loners that came before them. For example, Isaac Newton was famously a loner. He had no friends and apparently never even laughed. He also died a virgin, but as we all know, he more than made up for it by inventing calculus, which fucks our shit up in school anyways. Another example is the transcendentalist philosopher Henry David Thoreau, who lived by himself in a forest for about 2 years. His objective was to experience a simple solitary life surrounded by nature, and in the process avoid paying taxes to the government. He documented his experiences of living like an ape man in a book called Walden, which later went on to influence many great hippies like Tolstoy and Gandhi. Despite their solitary demeanor, loners are social animals in their own right, forming deep and lasting connections with fictional characters and online communities, sometimes spending months together watching their comfort shows on repeat. In the process, they pick up on many obscure and hidden facts, which they will then post on these online communities to share the newfound piece of knowledge with other loners like them. In the utter absence of social contact, the loner brain uses cat memes to produce serotonin. This is known as the catabolic pathway of the loner brain. Speaking of cat memes, one peculiar habit that male loners will exhibit is that of saving wholesome posts on Instagram, in the hopes that they will find someone in the future who they can share them with. As a result of this, companies like Instagram are facing an imminent crisis, as one loner on average saves more than 30 gigabytes of wholesome posts per day. At this rate, Instagram and Zuckerberg are planning to create AI-powered humanoid girlfriends for these loners to save up on their storage costs. Speaking of AI, loners often use publicly available LLMs like ChatGPT as their personal therapists, bombarding it with deeply personal questions that they cannot share with anyone else. As therapy is expensive, loners employ this very resourceful strategy to survive in the wild. But let's be real, no amount of therapy is ever going to change the fact that evolution has played a sick cosmic joke on these loners, and they just have to suck it up and pretend to the whole world as if they actually like it. It is the time of fall, and Bonville is blanketed with the autumn foliage. But that doesn't do anything for the loner. Loners hate every single season. The last time their kind was happy was back in the times of COVID, when non-loners got to experience their lifestyles for the first time, which they collectively decided to call as the quarantine. For as much as we do know about the loner, there is so much that we don't know. This might tempt you to find out more about the marvellous creature, but beware, sudden disruptions like gossip or small talk may lead to them retreating back into their headphones. Another evolutionary marvel that protects them from natural predators. After all, surviving in the wild is no easy task. But the loner does it gracefully and in silence. Someday it will leave this campus and go to work at a job where it will face newer challenges. A new set of predators and unfamiliar terrain. But we can be rest assured that no matter what comes in its way, it will keep on marching in silence, lurking in the shadows and sliding in your DMs for generations to come.